name is Sylvia. I'm the CEO and founder of Formula Ready. And in this video, I'm going to share with you guys the process behind how Formula Ready is made, the duration, and basically just, fun little scenes about how Formula Ready is bringing to life. So the whole process from bringing Formula Ready from a concept and idea to an actual physical product takes around 1.5 years. And after finding the manufacturers that I want to work with to produce Formula Ready, I actually signed a contract with them back on April 2019. So around 1.5 years from now. And originally the product was planning on bringing into production back in early February and ready to launch back in March 2020. Unfortunately, due to the Chinese New Year's and the COVID-19 that's going on, everything just got pushed back months after month. But I'm very happy to announce that Formula Ready has been finally put onto production line last week, and I've personally flew to the manufacturer over there just to inspect the whole process, making sure everything goes the way that I want. But it's very excited to see Formula Ready has been put together from pieces into an actual physical product and being packaged into a box and ready to ship. So after signing the initial contract with the manufacturer, the first thing that I did was sit down with the designer and the manufacturer going back and forth. So basically what Formula Ready is gonna basically look like, and the basic features of Formula Ready. So in my imagination, I want Formula Ready to have the circular surrounded base, so it feels like mom's holding the baby, and it just delivers that warm feeling. I also want Formula Ready to look pretty modern and sleek in design, so it's not something just mom's bought to use for the baby. But it's also going to be served as, a nice electronical appliance that they could put nicely in the kitchen or nursery, and it match with everything in the background. And this process of designing the exterior take approximately 2 months. So the next step of after designing the exterior design of Formula Ready is to create the mold for Formula Ready. It basically is like a metal giant mold that's like this in size. And what it does is that after that you pour in the melted plastic, it will shape your plastic into the shape of Formula Ready. So for example, the base itself is composed of 4 to 5 different molds, and then after the pieces has come out from the mold, they will be put together. And the lid and the handle, that will be another type of mold. So all those molds take another up to 2 months to create it, and it take up to $30,000 just to create those molds. It's a very costly process, and it's actually one of the most costly process aside from actual manufacturing the product in terms of the initial step wise. Now after the mold has been created, the next step is that we have to test the mold, making sure everything comes out perfectly. So for example, the different pieces which piece together to shape the base, we have to test whether, if the line would align correctly, if it would give, the circular, smooth surface. And for example, the touch panel over here, we have to make sure the touch panel would go perfectly along with the base, and the sensitive level, and after inserting the PC board and motherboard and stuff like those, they would fit perfectly inside. And also in terms from a user experience wise, it would be very smooth in terms of functionality. And those are just what testing modes does. So along the way, there's actually a lot of little issues that I have to fix back and forth and communicate with the manufacturer. For example, the lighting, does the effect comes out nicely? If you could see it from a distance, does the thermometer give out the feel that originally I wanted to have? So basically it's just those little issues, but they take a lot of time to reach that level of professionalism, and that whole process takes around another 3 months. So after those issues has been fixed, and then I finally get the perfect prototype of Formula Ready, the next step is bring Formula Ready to test. And for Formula Ready in particular, I've chosen SGS because it's one of the world's largest testing agency for physical products. And after finding SGS, I've asked them to test Formula Ready under the UL standard of 1082. So it's basically a test. So basically it's one of the most rigorous tests that you could put small electronical appliance do. Basically appliance like water kettle and coffee makers, those would require those would be going through UL 1082 standard. Now this test is not required unless your product is really wanting to go into big supplier chain like Target and Walmart. But in terms of just like manufacturing it and selling it online, it's not required. However, I still put Formula Ready under the most rigorous test because I know that this is a product that's going to be used by mom for the little babies. So I want a trustworthy large testing agency to back up against Formula Ready. No, it's not just my word, but I want moms who are going to purchase it knows that it is a product that's going to be safe for them to use and for the baby to use. Now, in order to get this SGS certification of Formula Ready is actually a very long and costly process as well, because not only they're gonna test the product that you send in, the prototype that you send in, they also have to do a factory check, and they have to do it 3 times per year. So basically the SGS agency is gonna send people to the manufacturer 3 times per year, making sure the materials that's gonna be manufacturing Formula Ready and the production lines and everything is up to date and can pass all the tests. And after getting the SGS certificate, Formula Ready could, put the SGS certificate with their testing number on every single package of Formula Ready. So moms who eventually buy the product could see that this is a product that has been going through the most rigorous SGS test and buy it with the safe in mind. So basically that was like the rough duration of how Formula Ready is being made in terms of the timeline. Anyway, I'm just so happy that Formula Ready has finally bring into the productions and is ready to meet you all. And I can't wait to share the happiness with you all. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. See ya!